We welcome you to Royal Ascot Day 2. Just one sharp shower, but the nasty weatherman didn't get a ticket for today. It will, I'm sure, clear up, but the umbrellas are up as the Windsor Greys lead the Sovereign's procession through those golden gates at the Straight Mile, with the Queen joined by Viscount Brookeborough and the Prince of Wales and the Duchess of Cornwall. Viscount Brookeborough, who is actually the Lord Lieutenant of County Fermanagh and is Lord-in-Waiting to Her Majesty, and has been in Windsor because he was involved in the Garter service and ceremony that took place on Monday, the Order of Chivalry, Oniswaki Malipons being their motto. And of course the membership is in the personal gift of Her Majesty. And Ginny will talk more about the outfit in a moment, but it is, not surprisingly, Stuart Parvin and Rachel Trevor Morgan who have been at work here on behalf of the Queen. Prince Charles and the Duchess of Cornwall, who make the presentation after the feature race that is named in the name of the Prince of Wales a little bit later on. And Viscount Brookeborough, whose estate is in Fermanagh in Northern Ireland. It's the Colebrook estate. And here as a guest of Her Majesty. And good to see that the Duchess has put the umbrella down, suggesting that the weather is turning a positive spiel, although I have talked too soon again by the looks of it. The umbrella is about to go up once more. The Windsor Greys leading the carriage procession as usual. These landauers that are used on all state occasions in Windsor, and of course were used for the recent royal weddings of Harry and Meghan, and also of Princess Eugenie and Jack Brooksbank. Young and old, everybody wants the best view in the house. It is as simple as that. And iwasthere.com, I'm sure, is going to get any number of selfies sent all the way around the world in the next 10 minutes or so. In the second carriage, Prince and Princess Michael of Kent. Prince Michael, a cousin of the Queen. And great to see Sir Mark Prescott as well, the longest serving trainer in Newmarket, his first licence back in 1970, 2 Royal Ascot winners, 1994 Wizard King, 1996 Pivot, and of course trained a French Oaks winner in 2006, trains from Heath House. And it's terrific too to see Countess Mountbatten of Burma, Penelope Natchbull, who is the High Steward of Romsey and whose husband is the grandson of the late Lord Mountbatten. Great to see them in this procession. Starts at Windsor by car, goes down the long walk, and then they change into these landauers that take them the last little bit, and then that right-handed turn. Sir Mark, as I mentioned, 1970 he had his first trainer's licence, and then 24 years later his first Royal Ascot winner. In the third carriage we have the Master of Horse, Lord de Morley, former government minister, with his wife Lucinda, and also Viscountess Janet Brookeborough and Lieutenant Colonel Charles Richards as well, who is the Deputy Master of the House for Her Majesty and her equerry. And enjoying the chance to ride in style. A man who does so much work behind the scenes, particularly when the Royal Court is at Windsor. Lord de Morley succeeding Lord Vestey as Master of Horse, with overall responsibility for the Royal Mews in January of this year. And in the fourth carriage, in just a moment, we'll meet Queen's godson and his wife. Charlie Butter and his wife Agnieszka, who is Polish, alongside Dame Annabel Whitehead, who is the lady in waiting, and nearest and the far side as we look at them is Matt McGee, the new Deputy Private Secretary to Her Majesty. So you've had a look at them, Ginny. A word first of all about the Queen's outfit.
Well, if
she's certainly dressed for the weather.
If your money was on cornflower blue, duck egg blue, then you're in the money. It's a beautiful piece by Stuart Parvin and a gorgeous hat by her favoured milliner, Rachel Trevor Morgan. We're told it's a silk tweed barrette fabric and gorgeous flecks that obviously we'll see more in the parade ring. Gorgeous flecks of blue, lavender, ivory and that lovely cornflower blue in her hat. She's got it right again, Mike. I can't deny it. I'm really enjoying seeing a lot of these pastel colours, even on a kind of difficult day for the weather like today. The pastels really reign supreme. And
there's a different view from the other side, from the infield of the track. But inevitably, most of the outfits are, shall I say, determined by the weather.
Yeah, but what I love is she's so clever. You see how that brooch is mimicked in the darker flowers of her hat. There's so much thought that goes into these pieces. And I particularly love the Duchess of Cornwall again. It's a preferred hue for her. She tends to flock to these softer colours. They really lift her skin tone and the gorgeous tone of her hair as well. But for the Queen to be able to match a brooch like that, a Prince Albert brooch with a large sapphire in the centre, surrounded by diamonds. It's a lovely, clever touch.
This is a big week for the Queen, of course, and a lot of thought goes into the outfit. She does have her first runner of the week today in the Royal Hunt Cup. Seniority, trying to make her a 24 times winning owner. As we wait shortly for the national anthem to be played by the band of the Coldstream Guards under Director of Music, Major Paul Norley. Queen's first ever winner at Royal Ascot was in the Hunt Cup in 1953, courtesy of a horse called Choir Boy. Great scenes and not a spot of rain to spoil the Sovereign's parade. And the Windsor Greys, as always, the stars of the show really, as we wait for the national anthem. And surely the Royal Standard, which has been flying over Windsor Castle, will be raised above this huge Ascot grandstand as the landau's turn left and go under the walkway, and will reappear shortly in the packed bowl cum winner's enclosure cum paddock. But I know, Ginny, you've had a good look at the Duchess of Cornwall's outfit, and that particularly has caught your eye.
Yes, I think there's generally a theme of pastels today. Even, like I said, in this weather, there's Princess Michael of Kent looking exquisite with I love the ostrich feather detail in her hat. It just shows the sort of timeless classics. And again, they work their magic, even on a grand stage like this, and even in weather like this. But the Queen particularly, I do love those flecks of cornflower blue. And as I said, mimicked in the sapphire brooch. There's a lot of thought that goes into this. I know Angela Kelly works very, very hard, and having met Rachel Trevor Morgan last week, she puts so much into every single client's
That said, she didn't give you any trade secrets, I'm sure.
She didn't at all.
So one more look at as the carriages now turn and they'll go under the arch. And if you're a newcomer to Ascot, you may not know that under that arch hang 2 honours boards, one either side. One is winners of the Gold Cup, which of course is run here tomorrow, including of course that famous name of Estimate that brought the house down when winning it in the Royal Colours. The other side of the winner of the King George. And now the welcome for the Royal Party as the Outriders and the Windsor Greys turn. These Windsor Greys, of course, they reside in the Royal Mews, and there's been no bigger champion of the Windsor Greys as a breed than Her Majesty. And now the chance for the people who've been waiting some considerable time to have their look at the Royals as they arrive. And you've been out and about as well as what's been the overall look of the fashion for the day? Is it mirrored by the Royal Party?
Yeah, I think, as I said, it's that soft duck egg blue wins every time. It's a fail-safe solution for this kind of day. But I just love that the Royal Party have taken down their umbrellas because they know how important this moment is. So whilst those in the crowd have still got some up, they're doing us proud by letting us have a good look at those outfits. And the Duchess of Cornwall's choker necklace is formidable. I would love to know more about that. I will go away and do my research.
Viscount Brookeborough in the front carriage with Prince Charles. As I said, one of the Knights of the Garter who assembled for their annual service on Monday, when one of the greatest sports persons ever produced by Northern Ireland, Dame Mary Peters, was inducted into the membership of the Garter, and I'm sure